Another one of my crazy cascaded elms. I must have liked it enough to put it in the bonsai container, but it has definitely gone off in some directions that I was not anticipating. Love the roots. Get a kick out of that turn back on itself. There was a cut made up there some time ago, and it looks like this branch is trying to be the trunk. The question is, do I want it to be the trunk? So, if I take my magic piece of paper, I can blot out the area that I'm thinking about eliminating, and then decide if that works for me, or am I better off eliminating that section of the tree, or can I reconcile them and keep them both? My reflex is to get rid of the thick one and keep the thin one. So this is my reflex. Now that leaves me with some branches at the bottom that have to be dealt with. This one going directly back into the container I can shorten, and it looks toasty. This is brown and crunchy, this is brown and crunchy, this is brown and crunchy. And this is where we start to see the live growth. This is out. It's kind of out too far, but not. I'm wondering if I should just do that, because that is so weird and unconventional. You know, I don't plan out, well, that's not true. I don't always plan out a design for the tree. And sometimes even when you do plan out a design for the tree has its own plans, for lack of a better phrase. And sometimes you just gotta work with what the tree gives you. Other times you can bend them to your will. So I'm going in the same direction as the previous wire. I'm just making sure that I do not go in the same furrow, so that I don't accentuate the wire scar. Alright, so I think this guy is crazy. I love the way he comes across and then down. And this branch back here is sort of a back branch. I'm going to bring them down, twist them to the front, see if I like it. Nope, I don't like it. So we'll go back that way. I can always cut them off later. Alright, so being in such a tiny cascade pot, I need to inspect the roots, make sure he's not pot bound. I think he's going to come right out. Yeah, he's probably pot bound. No, not exactly pot bound. Put my drain screen back. A little bit of fresh soil. And now figure out what's going on up here. Some oxalis. What is it? The one that has the bulb? Or is it the one that has more like roots, or the one that has the part that looks like a carrot? Alright. So, roots went out, down, and around. I'm not seeing any root mealybugs. I'm not seeing any slugs. So we'll coax that out. And I think we're going to nip it back. And then give him a fresh. Now, when you're working with your containers, you need to realize that not every container is going to have the same glaze or texture all around. So what you want to do is find the side of the container that you like. Sometimes there's a flaw that you want to highlight, sometimes there's a flaw that you want to hide. I think I want to go with that little yellow streak. I'm not feeling those drips, not feeling that. I could work with that too. I could live with that. So either the tree goes there or the tree goes there. I'm going to try this side this year, and then next year I can change it. And of course I undid my drain screen, put him back. And now we'll need to snuggle the roots in. Let's find that front that I liked. Potting cascades by yourself is the most frustrating thing to do, especially a big one. You never get them to hold the angle that you envisioned, and you wish that you had some helpers or a third hand. I should design something that we can use to do that. Alright, so feeling lots of air pockets in here need to be filled up. So as I'm putting the soil down, the tree is dropping lower than I want. So I have to pull it up, get that soil underneath it. So that's where I want it to sit. It's still huge hollow back here. Big hollow there, big hollow there. Lots of empty spaces that need to be filled. And this is where you're going to end up being upset because you've lost your planting angle. And you're going to wish that you had an assistant with you. I'm going to raise this up again because I know it's going to compact. Alright, so it's getting firm, but not so firm that I can't work my finger or a chopstick in there. And it really is important. I need the water to get down there. I need the roots to be able to move into the fresh, soilless media that I worked into the pot. And I don't want it shifting when I hit it with some water, because if I leave any hollows, it'll settle. That's something you could do with your spray bottle if you wanted. You could settle them in. Alright, so how's that feeling? That's feeling reasonable. I'll live with that. Alright, so I took advantage of that yellow dash across the front of the pot. That crazy jog up there. Let him do his thing down here. Kind of wishing I'd used maybe a heavier wire, but he's wrong and he's mine and I like him. So that's what matters. So this is the spot where I have to say like, subscribe, blah blah blah, do the questions thing, shoot me some comments. In the meantime, go work on your trees and have fun.